I see some yeah says. Hey, yes.
It's Miss Hunker, and it's September 15th, 2020, and here's what you missed. Today's QOD was, what is fact in the domain of science? Y'all accessed your prior knowledge at the beginning of class and posted on the collaborative chalkboard what you thought qualified something as fact in science. Then, we addressed some certainties. Scientific facts are based on observations and evidence. They are confirmed through experimentation, and they have been widely accepted by science scholars, and they stay true no matter who says it. In essence, we learned facts can be proven, and they can be proven through a myriad of ways. We can use experimentation. We can use our observations. We can collect data and draw conclusions, all pieces of the scientific method of understanding. We got to be careful, though, because some things that are posted on the internet or some things that we see on television may be marketed as fact, but aren't truly. So be cautious, because it may not be a fact if it uses opinion adjectives like ugly, beautiful, good, bad, stupid, gross, tasty, etc. It may not be a fact if it comes from a biased source, websites paid by someone who has an agenda. It may not be a fact if it comes from a source with an agenda. Companies trying to sell you something, politicians trying to win your vote, etc. You'll notice that 2 and 3 are relational. Number 4, it may not be a fact if it differs from the experts. Scientific claims made by people who are not scientists might not be scientific claims. Then we reviewed a couple of statements and addressed whether or not they were facts. We took a look at Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh and the statement, "This painting is beautiful." Y'all noted that even though the majority of us might agree with a statement, that doesn't necessarily make it a fact, as beautiful is an opinion and really cannot be proven beyond reasonable doubt. We also looked at this famous Norman Rockwell painting featuring Ruby Bridges and the statement, "The child's dress in this painting is white." You all were able to note that we could consider this statement factual because we could prove it through observation using our eyes. Then you all posed your own statements to the group bulletin board, and we evaluated what you said for facthood. But what happens when a statement is made that seems like a fact, but we need to verify that it is true? Now, this is a particular piece that I feel is important to address with you that stems beyond the domain of science and into our everyday lives. We watched a video that illuminated the struggle that we're all facing with sifting through the plethora of sources available to us on social media and trying to find facts. We took a look at a couple headlines from a couple different sources that reported on the same event. From this assessment, we were able to note that though these organizations are marketing themselves as news organizations, it is clear that they are not reporting stories the same way. Consider the next example. We can even start to pinpoint who the target audience is for organizations like Fox and CNN based solely on the way that they choose to phrase their reporting. So what do? We familiarized ourselves with this media bias chart so that we could evaluate the various news sources available to us for facthood, for bias, and for propaganda. Research experiment. So if you were in the 8 a.m. class, we took a couple seconds to pick any of the sites off of the media bias page. We clicked into one of those sites and found an article about climate change. We shared those headlines on a collaborative classroom board to talk about how and why they might differ. Then we came full circle and you checked out by answering the QOD, what constitutes fact in the domain of science. And that's what you missed.